Ask away, I guess.
Okay. So, at the end of this training, I'd like to ask you, what was the basic thing you really got out of these 4 weeks of residential training?
Well, I don't know if there's a basic. What I did get out of it was a sense of not only talking about it, it wasn't just an academical experience. It was also something that was very experiential as well.
Yeah.
It's I guess, a sense of walking your talk, which I think makes a difference. You can read about it, uh, you can even see a video about it, but there's nothing like actually getting your feet wet or getting your hands, working with your hands. I think that's what makes the difference. That's what I think is the most important. I've read many books on many different subjects, but there's nothing like actually doing it. That's what makes the difference for me. That's probably the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And a sense of direction as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
hmm
And what is it which impressed you most about the way NLP Comprehensive conducts this training?
What impresses me the most, and I've been to a few trainings already, is the fact that this here gives you a collage of different trainers. That's what makes the difference for me. You can get it all from one person, but I think because people here actually present it with a variety of top-notch trainers, I think that's probably what gives it a big impact for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Hi, Gene.
Hi, Henrik.
Thanks for being here. So, at the end of this training, I would like to ask you, what was it about these 4 weeks of residential training which was most important for you?
It's hard to pick out just one specific thing. I mean, it's the community of people coming together from all over, all walks of the earth, all nations coming together to learn about how to work together, about healing, about communication. It's about the trainers coming together, giving of themselves and their time for, again, the healing of all people. And just the material of NLP and just what you learn about yourself coming here. I mean, this is a repeat for me. I took the Practitioner and the Masters 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so I came back just as a review because it's just greatly enhanced my life. And so I just basically came back for like an update, for a tune-up to learn more what's out there. So I could take these tools back home in my work, my community, wherever I'm doing, because I feel that strongly about it and the importance of what I learned here 10 years ago and what I learned here now. And still the connection with people, individuals, community, nations is still there. And it's still hard to really pick out one specific thing.
Yeah, but it sounds you have an imagination where you will take it and how you'll apply it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Back home, I work with many of the reservations across the country. I take it back to the reservations, the people in Canada, First Nations, the villages up in Alaska, and to whomever I may meet on the street, it doesn't matter to me if they're white, black, yellow, or red.
Yeah,
We're
like
all
the mixed people in here.
Exactly. We're all of the same earth. We're all of the same world. And NLP applies to all people. And we're all working towards a higher goal, higher outcome of that healing, that communication, of bringing people together. And that's what NLP is about. That's what it's done for me.
Great. And what impresses you most about the special way NLP Comprehensive conducts these trainings?
It's very safe. It's done in a safe way, in a very, it's in a very respectful way.
Yeah.
NLP Comprehensive doesn't force things on you. It's done in a very gentle way. And you're exploring at your own pace, at your own level, your own experiences. And that's what I like about it. It's just the safe environment to to learn, not only in the room, but also of the environment outside the room. Winter Park here, it's just a very nurturing, healing place here. And again, the staff and everybody is just very open to working towards that goal, that outcome of being safe, the ecology of everything, and to make sure everything's done in a good way. And they're very flexible also, as far as working with the individual, wherever they may be coming from, keeping everyone comfortable, and doing that. Again, this is about learning, taking this time out for yourself, taking some time for yourself, and then take it home to your family and community, and seeing what can be done there.
Yeah.
And the many things that could be done wherever you may be, the circles where you may travel.
Yeah. So this is a useful investment into the future.
Absolutely. It's a much very valuable investment of my time and my money.
Yeah.
And again, I came back here. This is my second time in 10 years.
Yeah, you definitely must have a reason for
And
that.
so there's a strong reason for why I've come back, and because there's value here. There's value here, and to again take it, and there's a gift here to take it and to share with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a wonderful, beautiful, valuable gift of yourself, of your spirit, of your soul, of who you are, your resources, your love. It's becoming more of who you are and giving that and sharing that with other people.
Yeah, that's a very nice way of expressing that. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Henrik.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Henrik.
Thanks for coming up here.
Thank you.
Well, at the end of this training,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to ask you 2 questions.
Sure.
You've done your practitioner here,
Mm-hmm.
your master practitioner,
Mm-hmm.
and you even came back this year to coach.
Yes.
And so my first question is, what is so special about this residential 4 weeks training with NLP Comprehensive that you enjoy? Why do you keep coming back?
Well, there's lots of special things about NLP Co., not just one thing, and really the people stand out. Tom Dotz, the owner, he puts a lot of heart and soul into this company, and he really cares about people. And I really feel like, I've had trainings with other organizations, and I really feel that this company invests in me as an individual and cares about my future. And they're not just about selling a training.
Mm-hmm.
And being a part of the NLP Co experience as a student and now as a coach has really transformed my life, my professional life and personally. And I've made lots of friendships and connections that have helped me as an NLP trainer in Ottawa. And I think personally it's just allowed me to become more of who I am and to discover myself. And that's done in such a supportive and loving environment. And, last year the coaches were exceptional, and the coordinators and the trainers are just phenomenal. I just feel like every year they get better and better. And there's a lot of heart and soul in this experience. So it's absolutely unique. I love the 4-week format. Initially, I was a little concerned that I wouldn't be able to make it through when I first signed up, because I know how NLP can be really intense. There's something really unique about having those 4 weeks, because there's a certain process of learning that happens in that immersion of NLP that I don't think can be obtained in, say, doing it in 2-day chunks. Yeah. So, it's just such an accelerated experience of learning NLP that when I go home, the people I work with, they are just astounded at the level of skill enhancement that I'm demonstrating and how I'm more congruent as a person. And it's just, it's definitely worth it, the 4-week format.
Mm-hmm.
I found the intensive is it's the kind of program that just keeps on giving. You know, I think I was
Yeah.
integrating that for quite a long period after that, and it's quite a unique experience.
So if I understand you correctly, the real world, when you go back into your normal environment, really shows you the value of this investment of time and money you spent here.
Exactly. Actually, when I went back as a trainer last year, I co-trained with Laird Brown in Ottawa, and I was doing a demonstration of collapsing anchors with a student in my class, and I looked over and his jaw was on the floor because he couldn't believe how dramatically different I was. And yeah, it's just, and in my work too, like I used to have such an incredible fear of speaking in front of people, and so of course I decided to become a trainer and challenge myself that way. And I mean, this is where I've acquired the resources in order to work with people in group situations and actually teach what I know and enhance my learnings. And yeah, so it's, the response is quite dramatic. As soon as I see someone, they notice the difference. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds really like you get support to meet your challenges and even go beyond them.
Definitely. I know last year, about week 3, I did experience a personal challenge, and I was really supported by the coaches and you as a coordinator. And yeah, it's just, you know, it just feels like a family, and it's a safe place to grow and learn and to have challenges and have those stretches. I mean, being in a 4-week program, that's what it provides. It provides the opportunity to go beyond, you know, where I'm at.
Yeah, and I've seen you doing that a lot during this training as a coach.
Yeah.
Did a perfect job.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Rick. Thanks for coming up here.
Thanks, Henrik. Glad to be here.
At the end of these 4 weeks of residential training, I would like to ask you, what was it about this training which was most valuable for you?
Well, Henrik, the last week was definitely the most powerful for me. The self-concept work that Steve Andreas presented to us and led us through and kind of ingrained in us will be with me for many years. It'll be part of my work and part of my life for many years. So that definitely was the big thing for me.
And what will that do for your life, for your work in looking forward into the future?
In my work as a mind-body coach, the identity level is really powerful.
Yeah.
And so the self-concept ideas and processes that Steve has created, and actually that are a stepping off point for the rest of us, and I'm sure he'll be developing more in future years, will be help me work with people at the identity level, which, as you know, has everything to do with our immune system.
Yes, it has. Quite a lot.
Thanks.
So for you, it was a valuable investment into what is to come, not even into the past 4 weeks, but also in what is to come.
Absolutely. I mean, it really is about the future.
Yeah, great. And what was for you the most impressive thing in the way NLP Comprehensive as a company conducts these trainings?
Well, I could probably be called an expert on NLP Comprehensive. I did the Practitioner, Master Practitioner, and then Trainer training.
Yes.
And I actually spread them over several years, longer than most people would. And in every case, it's been a very safe environment. My major concern coming here, in fact, I chose to do just the small segment the first year that I came, was because I really didn't know if it was a safe place to come.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be absolutely safe. And I think that's one of the most powerful things about NLP Comprehensive. A second is that in other trainings that I've done, there's been a lot of emphasis on techniques. And as everyone knows who gets involved in NLP, the ecology is really crucial. That is, it's it's important that an NLP process be done only if it makes sense and if it really fits for the individual and the individual's system, their family, their work environment, or whatever. And in my experience, NLP Comprehensive has ingrained that, has built that into each step of the training process so that when someone comes out, they are really tuned in to only working with NLP if it's truly right for the person that they're interacting with.
Yeah, that's really true.
Yeah,
We work
I
a lot
think so.
on that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
When you are. Hi, Katie.
Hello, Heinrich.
Now, at the end of these 4 weeks of training, I would like to ask you 2 questions, if that's okay. And the first one would be, what was the most important thing you got out of this 4 weeks of residential training with NLP Comprehensive?
I've done my practitioner with NLP Comprehensive, master practitioner. I've coached and extended. So I've had the experience of both the extended, which is broken up 1 weekend a month, and the intensive, where we gather in this sacred space of Winter Park for 4 weeks. And comparing the two of them, the experience of the intensive, the experience of the 4 weeks with people who come from all over the world is unequaled and unparalleled. And it's not duplicated in the extended because people can't fly in from Kuwait every weekend, 1 weekend a month to attend something like that. So part of it's the fact that there are people from all over the world, all different cultures, and we all share. It's safe. It's sacred.
Yeah. When I remember that, we even had a summer with 35 different nations here.
Right. Americans were in the minority.
Yeah.
Yep. And everyone has an accent.
Yeah, and these nations and this environment of just woods and mountains, it's really a sacred place.
It is.
Mixing so many cultures, belief systems, ways to grow up, and just going for the best in each and every one of them. That is really very special. I think so too. And what for you is the specialty of this company, NLP Comprehensive, conducting these trainings?
The integrity of the company. Steve and Connie Ray, Andreas founded the company, and they based it on ethics, morality, and concern from others. And NLP has been misused in certain circles and abused. And this company has no part of that. This company is completely dedicated to honest, caring, supportive, encouraging practice of NLP. And in reaching out to others and improving your own life and improving the life of those around you. And that's what really draws me to this company. And it starts with the owner, Tom Dotz, who cares very deeply about people, and the people in the office, Sharon, who handles all the phone calls, Beatrice, all of the people who work for the company are amazing, caring people who practice NLP in their own lives.
Yeah, that's my experience too. Looking back on 6 years of coming consecutively here to that place, working with all the people in the company, that's exactly what I think too. Having a structure for producing win-win situations in a safe environment, providing spiritual growth, providing growth in identity, skill level, competence, and confidence. I can see all that happening every year again.
Yes, yes, and it keeps growing. In my extended practitioner course that I coached, a very young participant, a college student, said that he saw NLP developing laterally in a lot of circles, but not developing vertically. Steve with his self-concept work, and Charles with his new work on the hidden curriculum and scope and category have shown that NLP Comprehensive may be one of the few NLP companies out there that is truly developing vertically
Yeah.
and not just simply developing laterally.
Yeah.
And that's important. That's really important to be part of a company that's doing that.
Yeah, and lots of more development is to come. Lots of things, and I know are in the change. Lots of different options are coming up, like the DVD distant learning program and things like that, which is a way of reaching people at home.
Yep. And trainers who continue to develop personally. They are not teaching the same things they taught 6 years ago. As they learn more, as they integrate more, as they discover more, they bring it to the participants and share it.
Yeah, exactly. And they are the people who came up with all that stuff. So they are the developers. It's not second or third-hand knowledge,
Exactly.
but it's top level by the developers presented and with their heart blood presented.
Exactly. It's very
Material.
exciting that way. Very exciting, very intellectually stimulating as well as emotionally rewarding.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen trainings in a lot of places, and I never, ever experienced a level like it is in this company. It's really a blast.
It is.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Heinrich.
Hi, Anne.
Hi,
Thanks
Henrik.
for coming up here. So after these 4 weeks of residential training, I would like to ask you, what is the most important thing you got out of this training for yourself?
I think it's the reason I came was to work, because I've already got a Master of Practitioners that I obtained in the UK, which was really well done. And I came here to do this one because we have developers in the field, training every 2 or 3 days. We've got different trainers, they're not just trainers, they're the original developers of NLP. They're also continuing to develop NLP in so many myriad ways, each and every one with their own specialism.
Yeah.
And that is invaluable. So what I'm taking away with me is the experience of working with those people. And the memory of that in each case, the memory of being with them and working with them, as well as reading what they've written, as well as understanding how they work, as well as gaining personally and professionally from the content of what they're doing with and the process that they're doing with me. So that is special. And I know nowhere else that does that. That's why I came here.
Yeah. What will people who know you experience differently about you when you come back into your normal life?
Well, I'm not exactly sure, but I know that I'm different in a number of ways. Because with a number of those trainers that we've worked with and developers in the field, I've been through some profound personal changes.
Yeah.
Changes in some of my beliefs. You know, beliefs are those funny things that are hidden in the bottom part of the iceberg, and we don't necessarily know what they are until they surface in a particular way.
Right.
And some of these changes are profound. I'll only know just quite how profound when I go back into other contexts and notice that.
Yeah.
And I think that's all part of the whole experience of this being a residential program.
Yeah.
Because everyone who comes here comes to play, jump in, and risk change. And we're very well supported in that process. And so that's one of the reasons why I came too, knowing that that would happen, was likely to happen, and I'm very pleased to say that it's happened in a number of ways for me. What people will notice when I go back is my family, I think, will notice that I'm more observant, I'm more flexible, I'm more able to deal with a wider range of behaviors and moods and the way that we are in families and with friends, which will make for better relationships.
Yeah, great.
And then in my work, and I'm involved in training, I feel that I'm carrying not only the processes, but also parts of those trainers within me as I then go on to do my training. And so I trust that my participants will notice an even more professional person with even more flexibility. And I think perhaps a lot more playfulness, a lot more humor than perhaps I've had in the past.
That sounds really good. Thank you a lot.
Thank you.